Today we'll be joined by someone who has done exactly that, both on the front lines of danger and in the delivery room. Amesha Bachan is a Cape Town firefighter and platoon commander with 17 years of service. She's a trained ambulance emergency assistant, a leader at Ottery Fire Station, a new mom, and a force to be reckoned with. Thank you so much, Amesha, for joining us this morning. How are you?
Good morning, Palesa. I'm quite well, thank you. How are you?
I am doing fantastic, thank you. It's great to have been speaking to so many women during this month who are trailblazers in traditionally male-dominated industries that seems to be changing bit by bit. But let's speak about your particular journey. How did you even end up being a firefighter? Because I don't think it's something that is the norm when it comes to careers that most young people think of.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. I think it was a twist of fate. Definitely not a career choice that I had ever considered while growing up and in school. Initially started studying law after I matriculated, and I joined the fire service as a well-known firefighter, which was a temporary position, and immediately fell in love with the job. I thought, wow, this is amazing, the sense of purpose, being part of an amazing team. And then the opportunity for permanent firefighter positions came about, and I applied for that. Um, my parents not too happy with it, but supportive nonetheless.
Yeah.
And I applied for the position. I was successful in that, and yeah, I've been a firefighter ever since 2008, and continued to study law for another 2 years. Completed 3 years of law, and then I decided, you know what, it's about time to commit myself fully to my job and my new sense of purpose. And now I find myself here 17 years later with many achievements behind me and still so many more to go.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting pivot from law to firefighting because I guess there's this misconception that a lot of young people have that firefighting is not as great as being a lawyer. There's so much esteem that's been associated with the industry of law and the career of law. So, what is it exactly? What is that sense of purpose, if you could describe it for me, that drew you into this career over your career in law?
Yeah, so, it's a positive contribution to society that I'm offering. I think we all have a role to play in this world and in society, specifically in these trying times. And I don't think I would have found that with my initial passion. Sometimes life finds us in a different spot all the time. Life is ever changing. And 17 years, I haven't looked back. I have absolutely no regrets. I love where I am. Every single day is different. Every single incident is different. I can go to so many different mountain fires, so many informal settlement fires, but every single scenario is different. I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly growing and developing. Um, I love lawyers. I love what they do, what they're about, and all the things that they advocate for. But in my profession, I can advocate for the same, and I believe I'm doing that. And I'm trying to do it to the best of my ability. Um, so yeah, I love where I am. I love that I'm here to empower people. I can be a really good role model to other females and young men. It's definitely something different. A lot of people aren't even aware about females in the fire service, but we've been here for so many years. We just need more numbers.
Yeah, there's a reason why a lot of people assume that firefighting is only for men, and of course the reason why it has been a traditionally male-dominated industry because it is something that is physically necessary to do a lot of physical things. So and also quite dangerous. I mean, fighting fires. It doesn't sound like it's something that's easy at all. If you can take a look at the 17 years of service that you've had so far, what are some of like the pivotal points of maybe danger, excitement, and revere that you've experienced through your career?
Wow, there's so many. We go through so many different things in our 24-hour shift to our 24-hour shift. And it's really difficult to pinpoint one specific thing, but I must say that we have an absolutely amazing, a world-class training academy within the City of Cape Town Fire and Rescue Service. It's international accredited qualifications. And I think with any scenario, yes, it can be quite overwhelming, and every single incident can be dangerous. You're never really certain if you're going to return home at the end of a 24-hour shift. But what counts in our favor is that we are multi skilled staff, professional firefighters, and our training is really good. Our knowledge and experience that we gain is it's immense. And as long as we stick to that and we're guided by our practices and we work within our scope, no incident should be too big for us to manage and overcome. And we do that working well within a team. And yeah, I think that it's whatever happened in previous scenarios, we learn from that. But I can't really specifically identify one incident where I was like, oh, this is a little bit touch and go. Because
Yeah.
if I'm not too sure of myself, I have someone else that I can bounce an idea off. And that's why we work so well within a team. It's bringing our minds together, the thought processes and the management of incidents and so on and so forth. But we've got really good multi-trained qualified staff.
I love that. Well, we're going to take a short break. Amesha, stay on the line with us. I want us to come back and really unpack some of the other pivotal things that have happened within your 17-year career. Also, moving up the ladder of this particular industry is something that I don't get to hear a lot of. So I'm really interested to find out about that. But also, how are you fighting fires and delivering babies? If you're interested about that, stay with us. At Channel Africa 1, we're also live streaming and you get to see Amesha and myself on Facebook and on YouTube at Channel Africa 1. Stay with us. We'll continue this conversation after this.
AUSISA, the Association of Water and Sanitation Institution of South Africa, is a platform uniting Africa's water professionals. This November, Africa leads the conversation on water and sanitation. Join global and African leaders at the AUSISA Africa and Global South Dialogue 2025 from the 9th till the 12th of November at the Emperor's Palace, Johannesburg. From policy innovation, this is where action meets collaboration for a water-secure future. Register today at ausisa-watersan-dialogue.org or follow at AUSISA on social media. AUSISA, working together for sustainable water and sanitation security in Africa. The KwaZulu-Natal Convention Bureau, in collaboration with Milvest Advisory and the city of Umhlathuze, bring you the 2025 Tourism Investment Forum Africa. As a global platform for local action, the Tourism Investment Africa aims to promote the secondary and tertiary cities and regions as attractive investment and tourism hubs. Be part of the movement transforming tourism in Africa. Join us for the TIFA 2025 from August 27 to 29 at Tembela Venue, Richards Bay, KZN, South Africa. Keeping you on the know and on the move.
We continue to spotlight trailblazing women in traditionally male-dominated industries for the month of August here on The Move. And we're still speaking to Amesha Bachan, who is a Cape Town firefighter, platoon commander with 17 years of service and a leader at the Ottery Fire Station, who's telling us about her 17 years career within the firefighting space. Well, thank you for staying with us. Now, there's something very interesting about your story, because many of us, when we think about firefighting, I don't think we really understand what goes on behind the scenes of a firefighter. But one thing that I really never thought is that a firefighter would be delivering babies. Not only are you delivering babies, but you've just delivered your 40th baby. Tell me about that part of your work.
Lisa, I think a lot of people fail to understand that it's not just the fire service, it's fire and rescue services. So we enter ourselves into multidisciplinaries, such as firefighting, which is our primary focus. We've got water rescue, we've got hazmat technicians, motor vehicle accidents, and medics as well, rope rescue technicians, all sorts of things. And one of the things that piqued me after I joined the fire service was furthering my medical studies, just to provide a better service to the community that we are out there to protect. And with our initial training, we started with first aid training, which is a basic requirement that's part of your firefighting. And then I decided to further that by becoming a basic life support medic, and then even further as an ambulance assistant, emergency assistant, or intermediate life support medic. And I did that, in order to serve the community that I'm there to protect and serve. And 17 years of being a firefighter and medic. It's something that works in hand with each other. Sometimes many a times you find persons who are injured and perhaps not able to provide the most effective treatment that you can. And did not want to find myself in that position.
Yeah.
And so I decided to further my studies into the medical field as well. And 17 years later, 40 births later, or deliveries later, I'm sitting here now and speaking to you about it. And that was an interesting morning.
So what
it's not an isolated incident.
under what circumstances are you delivering these babies? Because it's obviously not in a hospital where someone goes for a regular delivery. Maybe let's speak about your 40th baby in particular. Tell us the story of this particular delivery.
Yeah, we were on duty on the 24th of July. It was actually our morning that we were about to go off duty. And our washroom attendant struck the bells, and we all made our way downstairs, found out, okay, what's going on? He told us we've got a walk-in patient. The lady is full-term, and she's in labor. Said, okay, fine, let's bring her to the trauma room. A 35 station is equipped to the trauma room for walk-in incident patients. And I did my initial assessment. Okay, the lady's water broke about 3 hours before. She wasn't able to get to hospital, and the nearest place that she could come to help was Archie Fire Station. And I'm so glad that she did. And my sister told, ma'am, your baby's going to arrive anytime soon. We did the necessary with regards to medical assessments, requested an ambulance. And before the ambulance could arrive, the baby beat them. So that was quite interesting. For many of my staff members, it was their first time delivering babies, so everyone was delegated with a specific function. One of the staff, his wife is expecting their third child, so I said, okay, fine, now you're going to take the lead on this one. You'll be catching the baby and cutting the cord and doing all the fun stuff. But it was an interesting time. It was such a special moment, and everybody played such an important role. The mom's mom, or the granny, was also there, and they were so excited. They were a little bit nervous as well because it's a pre-hospital setting. But we are fortunate, like I said, we are multi-skilled, trained individuals, and yes, we do have medical equipment. It is very basic, but we are able to provide emergency deliveries in a pre-hospital setting. And so I'm glad that even though she couldn't make her way to hospital, she was able to find refuge and safety and comfort at our fire station. I'm just glad that we could be there and share that special moment with her and her mom and a little baby boy.
Sure, that is incredible. I can't really think about how, crazy a circumstance like that is, but also how every day in the work that you do is completely different. That must keep you, excited to do your work. That must keep you on your toes because of that dynamic, right?
No, absolutely. It's a little bit of an adrenaline rush, or a lot of an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Something, every day you have something new to ponder about, or something new to talk about within the team, and every single incident is an opportunity for growth and development and for learning, and that's the most important thing. As long as it could be such a terrible, hideous incident, but we take something from it, meaning that we learn from it, we grow from it. We don't always get it right, but we learn from those mistakes, and as long as we're working to the best of our ability, I think we're doing a really amazing job within the fire service.
Well, you are a leader within your work. You're the leader at the Ottery Fire Station, and you're also a platoon commander. And when you have to lead in a very male-dominated industry, I assume that most of the people that are under you in the fire station would be men. Is that dynamic something that took a while to get used to, and getting the necessary respect and giving the necessary respect as well to lead in an environment like that?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I am the only female on my shift. Everyone else are male.
Wow.
And in the beginning, I had to prove myself. In fact, I still need to constantly prove myself, both physically and professionally. And I think there's many stereotypes with regards to women in the fire service as to what we could cope with, what we could handle in when it comes to the demands of the job. And I overcame that by focusing on my training and development. I overcame that by empowering myself, by studying, being greedy and hungry for knowledge to learn new things about the job, and always keeping myself current with new technologies and ways of doing things. And, Palesa, respect is earned. It's a two-way street. And I think I've done really well within my professional capacity to do so. And like I said, I still have so much further to go. It's only 17 years. I've got so many more years ahead of me. So I want to think of putting down my helmet and my fire hose. But yeah, I'm building on my technical knowledge, and I think I prove through my work ethic every day that I've earned my position here, and so many other women do too. And we are slowly but surely overcoming the stereotypes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't change mindsets, but what we can do is make sure that we are a beacon within the fire service, not just to the fire service, not just to the fire service as a whole, but especially to women who are looking at us. In the communities that we serve, there are young girls that say, I also want to be a firewoman.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's amazing that you want to do. Come and visit the fire station. Let me show you how. Let me tell you what the requirements are. Let me start prepping you now, not just in the physical aspect, but train your mind as to what you can expect. Because even when I joined the fire service, I had no idea how diverse it was in terms of the incidents that we go to, in terms of the communities that we would need to serve. And I wish I had that guidance, but I didn't. So now I'm going to be that person that can guide the rest of the future female firefighters.
I love that. Well, we'll have to wrap it up there, Amesha. This has been an incredible conversation. Before we go, I've been really curious. Is there a poll? Is there a poll to slide down?
There are two poles to slide down in our specific fire station.
Okay. I've always wanted to slide down one of those fire station poles, so maybe I'm going to visit the next time I'm in Cape Town. Thank you so much.
You're absolutely welcome.
Thank you for your time. That's Amesha Bachan, a Cape Town firefighter, platoon commander for 17 years, and just last month delivered her 40th baby in service. And that's how we wrap up this Women's Month theme of women who have taken their place in traditionally male-dominated industries right here on the Move. It's